Against Sarah Phillips. Cora Sek, training under Eddie Avalar, Ground Dwellers Jiu-Jitsu, and a 10th Planet Ronin. She's done so many things in EBI. She's competed in EBI. She's done the Honor Invitational. So she's won Fight of the Night before. But she has Sarah's number so far. Will the tides be turned tonight? We'll find out. Sarah Phillips, a green belt under Anthony Mitchell Jiu-Jitsu Studio in Mississippi. She's a Jiu-Jitsu Revolution 115-pound champion. You know, again, these girls have matched up before, so not from very familiar with each other's game. But we'll see if Sarah can get the edge this time. Who knows? We'll find out here. But I do know we're going to see some fire.
Cody, have you seen Cora out there before?
Yeah, definitely.
Man, she's a tough competitor. But Sarah too. Sarah's a little bigger than her too. It looks like. I think they weighed in pretty close to the same. But Sarah looks to have a bit of a stature advantage there.
Cora Sek in the red rash guard. Sarah Phillips in the teal rash guard.
Cora's guard is ultra high level. Ultra high level.
That says a lot, from a 10th Planet black belt. Yeah, high level guard for a girl like Cora that's still like coming into her own as far as jiu-jitsu game and being doing something that as far as what her style is. I think she does a lot of things well, but if her guard is really good, I mean that's impressive.
She, I say her guard is really good. I'm speaking specifically about her closed guard, her rubber guard. As when you're young, and especially when you're young as a practitioner, whether your age is young or not, you're transitioning between the guards. That takes the longest to develop, but you can start to develop a really high-level skill from within a single position pretty early on in your training. And Cora definitely, you see her, she tries to hit an Imanari roll here, but Sarah's all over it. Cora then switches to the other leg. Cora definitely had some success with her closed guard early on in her career, and she's continued to develop that. So Cora attacking what we would call the Ashi Garami position here. She's got an overhook, it looks like. And Sarah doesn't seem too stressed out about it. She takes the underhook, and she's going to look to... Now, that actually helped Cora to set the position a little tighter. So Cora's leading with her toes across the hip there, letting her toes lead the way as she reaps the knee.
This prevents Sarah from allowing to stand up and create a little bit of alleviation of that pressure.
It does. It does open Cora up for a twisting footlock there, something we call the corkscrew footlock, but I don't believe that these ladies are allowed to do any twisting footlocks in this match.
These heel hooks aren't legal in the teens and kids matches.
So a bit of a technical battle going on here.
Yeah, Cora really trying to get the collar pressure from Sarah to kind of get, because they're both attacking the legs here. They each want the legs. Looks like they're in that outside.
Yeah, really Sarah's on the defense completely here though. She's not able to produce much of an attack here. There are attacks she could make from here, but Cora definitely the offensive player in this particular iteration. The Ashi Garami. There, now the full Ashi, and Cora reaps all the way through looking for a sambo knot there, a leg knot. So as she reaps that outside leg, we call that reaping the knee, anytime the outside leg crosses over and turns the knee in an unnatural direction. And now she starts to...
But she doesn't quite have the foot.
Belly down ankle lock from there.
She needs more of the foot if she wants to finish this submission.
Sarah kind of looked at her like, are you for real? Come on. Just straight gangster faced her.
And that's the thing, when you see these teens and even the kids too, like their bodies are a lot more pliable. They can what looks to me like a very deep submission, which probably would submit me if it was in that position. Like, thing is, these kids have that, they're not quite developed with those joints, and they can withstand a lot more pressure potentially.
Yeah, and I was saying that in the last match with ladies tend to be more flexible in a lot of these positions as well. You could see that in the last EBI. Cora tried to sit on that Imanari roll, and she just didn't quite have the timing for it. Chooses to sit her guard instead.
Now Cora standing up here. Didn't look like Phillips wanted to engage with trying to pass. Maybe looking to try to take her down, to Cora, or at least Sek down, and maybe go into a side control position here. But I know Cora does work a lot of judo.
Yeah, I was about to say neither girl really looks like they want to wrestle too much. Sarah. All right, and now we're going to get to see Cora's guard in action. This is some of the positioning I was talking about from her. She can bring those legs into positions that just most people never see. So this is a position we call now crackhead control. She goes over. She's looking to set up a play we call the dead orchard. So she's going to look to use that. She's going to look to lock the triangle with both arms on the inside there. And as her knee, she begins to make an angle there, creates the sweep. If Cora can now go palm down and pull her left hand out, she's going to be able to lock that triangle with both arms on the inside. It creates an incredible amount of pressure and isolates an arm for an arm lock, really either arm. Sarah in some trouble, some serious trouble here.
Yeah, she needs to really try to get out of this dominant position that Cora Sek's in right now.
Cora needs to posture and really relax that arm so her arm is trapped in the lock as well.
It is.
It's not in any sort of danger, but it does prevent her from attacking the arms.
She can't sync that up. Now she's going to her back here. Maybe she can get that arm across now.
And now she looks to lock the triangle on the other side. Both arms on the inside. It looked like Sarah may. Yeah, so both her elbows are flared there towards the middle of her body, and it looks like her hands are actually out of the lock. It's going to be very hard to finish this position here, actually.
Sarah, what Phillips needs to do is maybe step over if she can to try to get to that close side pass. If she can step her right leg over.
Cora being very calm here in her attacking, not rushing anything.
Almost waiting for Phillips to make a mistake here.
Which is very often the right play.
Yeah.
That's the right thing to do very often.
Yeah, because that pressure's still. She's really, really high on that guard. Those, her posture's really affected right now.
With Sarah's hands on the inside of that lock, so her hands are like.
It's not as tight though.
Not only is it not as tight, but it really is. It's kind of inevitable that she's going to get out. And so
it's just uncomfortable, is what you're saying.
It's uncomfortable, and it's scary. But once you're familiar with some of these positions. Yeah, you see how, so from this angle, you can really see how Sarah's hands are actually coming out of the lock. They're down towards the outside of the lock.
Does need to be careful, though. She could be in position for a straight arm lock here.
She can't get straight arm locked until those arms
come out.
So now Cora can begin to put some weight distribution down on those elbows. And now she's in more position for a shoulder lock, honestly. If Cora, here we go. Let's see what Sarah can do there. If she starts to invert, get her feet on the inside. Cora needs to stay lower if she wants to prevent that. It's been all Cora Sek so far offensively.
These two super fights, 8 minutes long. So obviously that first women's fight, the super fight, went really quick. But we might be approaching. I don't see the time on my board,
but
I
don't see it on the screen.
We could be close to approaching that 8 minute mark here soon.
It seems like a really short 8 minutes.
Yeah, but it's
I feel like it just started.
It's been Cora dominating most of this match. Really doesn't even seem like she wants to let go of this triangle position here.
Yeah, I can understand why. It's a dominant position.
Sure.
Okay, so Curtis, the referee, just announced the time does not stop. Even though it's regulation, the time does not stop as long as a submission attempt is close.
And this qualifies as a submission attempt.
I suppose so. I think the only real threat of the submission here is if one of those hands comes out. While the hands are inside, there is a threat of a shoulder lock, but again, these young ladies are so pliable. Their shoulders are so flexible. Cora would have to really push that elbow all the way across the body to one of Phillips's elbows all the way across the body to create the shoulder pressure. I kept calling them by their first name.
And it would have to happen instantaneously because Phillips is going to be on the defensive right away.
And now you see Phillips is starting to wedge that knee to the middle. She's going to break this thing open now. So she needs to wedge that knee through the inside, start to open her chest and put her nose on the ceiling and create some posture. She's going to be out of this thing. If Cora can make the adjustment here, she'll be able to hang on to it. Cora's coach over there calling for some squeeze.
really, really looks tough for Phillips here to make any separation here, even with that knee.
That might be the best thing that Sarah can do if she
try to
wants
keep
out
that
of
knee
there.
wedge there. But if she's going to go to her back again, it's going to be, I mean, she could be in this for a lot longer potentially.
This is very interesting.
But it doesn't play into Cora's favor for her to let go. So why let go, right?
Yeah,
You know?
unless she felt like she was exerting a lot of energy. But in this kind of position, she may not be. One thing that could be happening with Cora, something to watch for, she's not got the triangle locked over her shin. It's kind of locked over her foot. And so that, the muscles in the foot are pretty small. They can't, endure a lot of squeeze. And so it's possible her foot could begin to tire out, and that be the thing that begins to unlock
She's getting
it.
closer up to that ankle if she can maybe make a turn here.
Yeah. But you can see she's using her hand to reinforce it. That, to me, is a bit of an indication that that triangle is pretty deep, though.
Yeah. Cora might try to get that close hook on her leg, on Phillips's right leg, to maybe prevent her from trying to base or keep her balance here.
Okay, so now Cora's you see there for just a moment, she was starting to dig her right arm on the inside. That might be the right play for her to make, is just to start to work a hook inside.
Yeah, now she has that leg hooked.
Pull one of those arms back on the inside.
Yeah, now it's hooked. But now it seems like that triangle is cinched up right high on the foot, not as close to that shin as you'd like.
Cora, cool as a cucumber. Not stressing. Phillips starting to make a little separation here, though, it looks like.
She's fighting hard to get out.
But she's not using that knee as a wedge. Now she's using the knee as a wedge to try to get a little bit of space.
Yeah, she's going to be free here. If she could continue that, she will come out.
Oh, wow. Well, so now we're going to go into overtime? I'm assuming we're going into overtime now.
Arms, oh yeah.
The end of regulation, into 8 minutes. That did seem like a quick 8 minutes, but so it sounds like we're going to go into overtime now.
Definitely overtime.
So we have 3 overtime rounds here. All these super fights have 3 overtime rounds.
All right, so Phillips going to get her first look at some offensive play. And she's going to the arm, it looks like. I think it's a good move. I like it.
I think you see a lot of these, especially with the kids and the teens, you see a lot of these spiderweb positions
all right.
favored.
She's ignoring the leg hook. She's going both arms against.
That can definitely play into a factor into Cora's favor because, now she's using her own leg to affect Phillips' posture. She immediately wrapped up with that leg and put Phillips on her back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not where you want to be.
Definitely not.
No.
And, another thing I say I might favor that spiderweb position. If I were coaching a teenage girl like this, I might tell them not to go to the arm. If you do get it free, those arms are so flexible. Mm-hmm. Do you see how Cora brings her leg into the opposite armpit?
Yeah, you don't see
Great
that.
move. Great play. That really allows her to wedge some leverage there and keep Phillips' posture pushed away from her just a bit. Even if Phillips were to free the arm here, Cora's leg would be on the inside as well.
Now she's got both legs wrapped up, cinched.
Incredibly awkward defense. Unorthodox for sure.
Doesn't look at all flustered, knows exactly what she's trying to do. Just create as much space as she can. But Phillips really has a good grip on that arm.
Well, she's actually got a pretty shallow grip on that arm. If you'll look there, in the 10th Planet System, we emphasize the deep hook. But you see, she's just got the wrist.
Deep
hook
leg?
we call elbow to elbow. Now here she comes in with the second hand to reinforce.
Yeah,
even if this thing pops free, she's not going to be able to push her hips through the elbow with any kind of real leverage.
Yeah, if Cora
because
can
you're
extend
going to
her
need
hips.
that arm against. You need the wrist against your chest. But Cora's leg is there on the place where the arm would be if it comes free. So even though it's a trying position, I'll tell you what Phillips is doing is building up some massive ride time here, and that could be the thing that wins her the match.
Even though the spider web is a more of a risky position for submission, but you do see, a lot of ride time here for Phillips now, which could, play into her favor. But again, you got potentially 3 overtime rounds. So this could be a long, long night for these two girls. Oh, nice.
But Phillips got a long ride out of that. I'm real interested to see these numbers.
131.
So over 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 10 seconds of ride time, 131 seconds. We count the overtimes by seconds, so we don't have to translate them on the fly. I'm from Alabama, not that smart, can't do math.
I'm with you.
Now Cora electing to take the back here of Phillips.
Another thing, these overtimes, there's going to be 3 of these, so it's a collective ride time, a collective escape time, however you want to view that.
Cora could be potentially...
Cora looking to switch off maybe to a twister here.
Yeah, notice she's using that bottom ride leg hook here. Not worried about that top leg at all.
Oh, she's gonna look to crank the neck here.
Yeah, she's really
She's got a
close on
good
this-
bite
on
on
this
that
twister.
neck. Chases the top hook, starts to lose her angle because of it. We see it again and again.
Yeah.
37 seconds. So quite the contrast for overtime rounds. It is the first overtime round, but it is a collective. Unless we see a submission in this first match, in this the second round, Cora would have to get another submission herself, to match Phillips' submission.
Cora looking like the much more familiar athlete with this rule set. You see, she creates that angle right away in the back position. Phillips looking to secure the figure 4 grip, but this is not exactly the position to do it from. Cora, if she can keep her weight towards her head and her upper body, she can still escape this even though the figure 4 is locked on.
Now she looks like she might be trying. No, I know she's got that
Some
arm
sort of,
under. but
Listen, the choke can be applied there.
can it be?
It
Okay.
can. It's you just have to be really, really good at it. You see the contrast in the type of ride that each of the girls are electing for. Sarah opting for the top leg ride.
Cora needs to get her hips on the mat now. Both hips on the mat. She's got her head almost on the mat now. Her hips are completely clear.
Sarah hanging onto that head, and that allows her to reestablish this angle to maybe stay on the back. Like to see her ride that left knee underneath. Her left knee needs to go underneath, sit back to your hips, and reset the position. This is an example, again, of her chasing that top hook. But in this case,
A lot of
it
ride
might
time
pay
here
off.
for Phillips. A lot of ride time. Definitely the favorite now with a commanding lead in ride time.
What
Cora-
happened there? Did we call that an escape? Interesting. I think I probably would have let that position continue.
Going again with it.
I think it's a good play. Cora, you see how desperately she goes to hang, moves to the arm crush, but see how desperately Cora hangs on to that.
See how Cora leans to her side though when she hooked a leg?
Yeah.
She didn't allow for Sarah Phillips to affect her posture, with her leg. Now Cora can use nice. Does she have the arm free? She has the arm free.
She's got the arm, and she's going to get the tap, potentially.
Yeah, oh, she got the tap. Nice.
She hurt her. Sarah trying to keep
Very
it together.
emotional for Sarah
Yeah,
Phillips
she's
here.
trying to keep it together, put on a tough face. Excellent match for these ladies.
Winner Cora Sek.